Welcome back, everyone. My name is Justin Su, a rising third-year biochemistry major here at UC Santa Barbara. Today on the UCSB Undergraduate STEM Research Insight, we are looking at the Department of Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology. Right now, we are at the Life Science Building, where amazing biological experiments are performed. World-renowned researchers, professors, and students come to this institution to perform groundbreaking biological research. And today we will be speaking to 3 amazing undergraduates here at UC Santa Barbara, dedicating their summer to discovering the unknown in biological research. Let's dive right in.
So my name is Ivan Rodriguez. I am a junior here at UCSB from the class of 2019. My major is microbiology. I'm part of SACNAS. I'm the vice president of SACNAS. And I'm doing research here at the Hayes Lab.
My name is Ezra. I'm class of 2019. I'm a biochemistry major, and I'm participating in the Gorman Scholarship over this current summer. I work in conjunction with both the Alcosta Alvier lab and the Arias lab, so both MCDB labs. The new virology professor and the new biochem professor, so that's kind of fun.
My name is Clarissa Olivar. I'm a third-year chemistry major, and I am in part of the MARC program here on campus. And I am working in Professor Joel Rothman's lab in the Department of Molecular, Cellular, and Developmental Biology, and his lab specifically focuses on developmental biology.
So I'm currently doing research on contact-dependent inhibition of bacteria. Contact-dependent inhibition of bacteria is how 2 different strains of bacteria compete against each other and how they inhibit the growth of the other bacteria.
So what I look at specifically is Zika virus's genome, which is a single strand of RNA. And its genome can actually fold and actually does some pretty weird things inside of the cell and affect how virulent the virus is inside of the cell.
Professor Rothman currently just started a project in which they're sending a small microorganism, the C. elegans, up to Proxima Centauri, which is a star that's located approximately 4 light years away. And this is a 20-year project, so there's many components of the project that we're trying to still figure out right now. And this is in collaboration with the physics department, specifically Professor Lubin. So he is the one who will be building the spacecraft that will be sent there, and we're the ones that are working with the C. elegans. So the reason in which we are interested in C. elegans specifically is that they have the exact same nervous system as humans, so the effects that long-term space travel has on a C. elegans can be easily applied to predict the effects that humans will experience long-term in space travel. And I think this is really specifically important because we're starting to get into long-term space travel. Like, for example, NASA is sending up humans to Mars.
This is like a really fun experience for me. Doing research is really fun, and it's definitely a learning experience. I've learned so much in the past couple of weeks because I'm really starting, but this is I think this is like a great opportunity for everyone who's involved in research, because it's a way to learn more outside the classroom. This is like hands-on, and then you learn like definitely a lot of stuff, like way more stuff than what you will learn in the classroom, because you're actually doing the stuff that you're actually doing the experiments and working with the bacteria. and all the strains that they teach you about in class.
I like freedom. I have a lot of freedom in the lab, especially since I even wrote my own project. It's kind of nice to not really, it sounds weird, but to not be told what to do. You kind of, you're in full control. So I kind of like putting my own project together and seeing my own results and then making the decision on what to do next without, well, not without input, but like deciding which is the best direction for my project to go in. So I kind of like that aspect of what I'm doing now. I also like, I don't know, it's just fun. I find it relaxing to like, or not relaxing is the wrong word. It's I have more motivation to do my project when it's like my own, you know? And it's nice to get up and do something for yourself rather than something else. And that's why I like the research I'm doing so much right now.
Working in a lab has been a really eye-opening experience. I think the first few weeks are obviously a learning curve, especially since I'm not actually a biology major and I only have chemistry. But I really enjoy being able to learn things and talk to people with ideas, because I think sometimes the things that I think and make sense in my head might not necessarily make sense to other people, but being able to talk about it and discuss it, I'm able to clarify my thinking, and not only do that, but also practice explaining what I'm doing or my thought process to everyone. So I think that's probably the most enjoyable thing, is just being able to interact with people and talk about ideas. And also I think I'm really lucky to have a really good mentor who's very involved and very encouraging, and just is always really excited about things, which is very nice.
Well, before doing research, I thought I was really interested in bacteria and microbiology per se, in the biggest stuff, and I wasn't really interested in DNA and all the biochemistry behind microbiology. But then after getting into the lab and working with DNA and doing some gene cloning, I realized that this is really fun, and this is that was my favorite. This is my favorite thing to do in the lab, to work with bacteria and the bacteria DNA, and then try to make the bacteria to express the DNA and all of that related to the biochemistry behind gene cloning is really interesting for me, and I found out I'm good at it too, so that's great. I'm also the vice president of SACNAS, which is the Society for Advancement of Chicano and Native Americans in the Sciences. This is I love this organization because this is this is a really helpful community of other people who are also trying to improve and make an impact in science and STEM field. SACNAS for me is has been a really great resource, because I even got my research position through SACNAS thanks to another member who helped me to find this research position. I feel like everyone who is in the STEM field should at least try to be in one science organization, because there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of scholarships, a bunch of research positions that are not published publicly or online, and that you can only get through other people. And I feel like this organization really help you to get to your goals. It's also a great. It makes you feel better, because you see other people who have the same goals and the same interests as you, so you don't feel like you're the only one. And I think that's another great thing about this organization.
I'm a Gorman Scholar, and that means that we focus on being able to do research and present it in such a way so that non-STEM majors can understand, as well as inspire people to get into research as well. Gorman Scholars are also part of grad school preparatory courses that help us write our personal or help us with skills to write our personal statements, as well as skills to present our research and so on, and hone our skills that would help us not only get into grad school, but do well once we're in grad school. So far, my experience being in Gorman Scholar is great. We have like weekly seminars where we practice presenting our research and keep everybody else updated on our research. And I actually really like those because it's kind of fun to see what other students around you are doing and what projects they start working on and how they get involved and what all their methods are. And it's fun learning about like other subjects as well, because it's a lot of them, I'll be honest, most of them are bio. There's a lot of bio research that goes on. For some reason, bio majors are like super like bio research. But we see a lot of, there's a lot of Chem-E stuff, and there's a lot of physics stuff, for example. And I really enjoy seeing those talks as well, rather than just being force-fed bio, you know?
So I am a MARC scholar. MARC stands for Maximizing Access to Research Careers, and the whole purpose of the program, it's a 2-year program. So for the first summer, we stay at UCSB and we work at one of the labs, and we try to focus on emphasis on something that's biomedical related, but usually the faculties are able to find some application to our research in terms of medical use. And for the second summer, we apply to go to another institution, so anywhere around the country as long as we get accepted. And throughout those 2 years, junior and senior year, we continue to work at a lab at UCSB. And the whole point of just the MARC program is just to give like students the ability to conduct research and just to get new experiences in terms of research. It specifically targets like underrepresented students and minorities.
Why should you get into research? Well, the thing is, you can't really get into research unless you want to do it, because it's always there, right? And it's always an option. Their research positions are pretty welcoming. If you read a paper and you enjoy it and you want to discuss it further with the professor, and you've been keeping up with your reading, you've been keeping up with your classes, like, you can get research. But to go into research, you have to really love it. And I say if you try it out and really like it, I would definitely go for it.
So I think the importance of getting involved in research, specifically at UCSB, is that UCSB is a research institution. So in terms of education or classes, I think you could get a very similar experience at another school. But it doesn't make sense to not get yourself involved in research when you have the opportunity to, and there's a lot of students at other universities that are unable to do this. But I think the beautiful part about going to UCSB is that there's so many professors who are willing to take in students and do research, and it definitely does expand your knowledge, and also kind of helps a lot to understand exactly what you're doing, because you can learn something very conceptually, but unless you're actually able to apply it and understand its applications, then you don't really know it at all, actually. So I think that's what I liked about research, is that I understood a lot of things conceptually, but it wasn't until I actually went into the lab that I figured out what I actually knew and what I actually didn't know.
Join Sagnas.
Join SACE.
Join Ken Club.
Be a MARC scholar.
Together, Gauchos
Can make a difference.